YouTube, Rain Gang, Ravens, Flock, NFL Nation, whoever may be listening. I am Sutton Def, and you are watching/listening to the Purple Rain podcast. I'm here with my guy Simply AS10, and this is episode 37. 37 episodes in, bro. How does that feel?
It feels wonderful. I can't really complain. It's beautiful. Who would have thought?
Oh yeah, me. It's wonderful. I love it. Real quick, guys, before we get into anything, make sure you like the video. Leave a thumbs up. Smash that like button while we're here. Just get that out the way early, you know? If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. We don't want you to subscribe for no reason. We want you guys to enjoy the content that you're getting from the Purple Rain podcast. But like I said, this is episode 37. So we've come a long way. We thank you guys for all the support. It truly means so much to us. You guys don't even know. It's crazy. But I see we have the whole Rain Gang in the chat. Before we get to you guys here, I just want to let you guys know where you can find us on Twitter or Instagram. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Go ahead and just type it on your Twitter or on your Instagram. You'll find me. You can follow me. You can DM me. You can mention me. I love chopping it up with you guys. You guys know that. You can find this cool cat over here. My guy Alex, Simply AS10 on Twitter at Simply AS10. That L is a capital I on Twitter. And on Instagram, you can find him on Simply or at simplyas10.prod.
Yes. Yes.
Another thing. One more thing. Up here.
Okay.
Get out your phones. Get out your phones.
Do it.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well at the Purple Rain podcast, where you can follow. Where you're gonna get all updates for everything Purple Rain, everything Ravens. You know, even NFL stuff as well. Live reactions. Why wouldn't you? Exactly. Make sure you follow us on the Purple Rain podcast Instagram. You can just scan that QR code right there. But Alex, how are you doing tonight, my man?
Lovely. I mean, I'm wearing my Bulls jersey. Just came in. They made moves today. Absolute moves. So I'm looking forward to the rest of this season. I mean, many teams did, the Heat get Oladipo, but we're not here for basketball. We're here for football. All right. Let's get into the news. I mean, I know most people know about it, but we were rejected again. We're like that kid in school who just is not good looking, and the girls, aka the receivers, just don't want to come here. That's all it is. But yeah, T.Y. Hilton back to the Colts after the Ravens gave him offered a 3-year contract. Goes back to the Colts on a 1-year deal. How do you feel about it?
Hey man, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in because it's kind of hurting my feelings the way these wide receivers are really just rejecting us, turning us down. I feel like the Ravens are like the ugly duckling of the NFL right now. Like nobody wants to mess with us. And what if we are? We'll still be in the playoffs next year, and they'll be rotten. You're right. Just real quick, though, just want to give a huge shout out to all the guys in the chat right now watching live. Michael the Hawks fan is in here. Our guy Dan Wolf, Lunch Break Hot Take. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to their channel as well. Tons of good Ravens content on there and NFL content and more. Our guy Ramey is in the building as well. Shout out to Ramey, Hoodie Ramey. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter. He goes crazy with the tweets every single day.
What are you doing if
you're
not
following him? Make sure you guys go ahead and follow him.
Come on.
Exactly. All right, Click One is in the building. I'm sorry I'm not bringing everybody up on the screen just yet, but Click One is in the building. King of Pujo is in the building. Our guy, like I said, Rush is in the building. Hemo4 is in the building as well. If you hear your name, stand up. Put something in the chat. Let us know. Void's in the building. Emmanuel Sapa, the whole squad. Zeke Phillips. My guy K-Dog. K-Dog is in the chat tonight. Shout out to our moderators. All of our moderators who are coming through.
You.
Exactly. All of you guys making sure things are on the up and up in the chat room. That is super important. Important.
As we keep on growing, we're gonna have more mods. So don't be surprised if you have a little wrench next to your name coming up. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, one more. I think I saw my guy. Oh yeah, Devon Johnson's in here. Living Legend, Dr. Didi, Chris Griffith. We got Bruno. Bruno's in here. John James, Freddie. Oh yeah, y'all. Yeah, everybody's in here. Everybody's in here. Alex, let's get started. Okay. All right. Let's see. We just started talking about our guy T.Y. Hilton first and foremost. So as you guys know, T.Y. Hilton, he did re-sign with the Colts. I want you guys to put in the chat, what was your initial reaction to T.Y. Hilton staying with the Colts despite getting a better offer from the Ravens? I see we have our first super chat donation of the night. By the way, guys, if you're not sure yet, we are eligible for super chats now. So if you do want to donate and support the channel, we would appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Of course, we just love you guys coming through and just listen to us.
It don't even matter.
Ravens. It don't matter. But if you do want to support the channel, go that extra mile. We truly do appreciate you guys. Of course, all super chats will be prioritized. Your question or comment will be brought up on the screen. We'll talk about it. But our first one comes from our guy, Hoodie Ramey. none other than. He says, tell T.Y. Hilton to stay over in Indy. Thank you for the donation, Hoodie Ramey.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming through.
And the comment, I couldn't agree anymore. I didn't want him at all. I didn't get the hype around him. Let's be real. I looked at the stats from last year. All right. He had, I think it was 93 targets. Oh, he had 90 targets. And 93 targets and 56 receptions. If you're in a Ravens offense, you'll be lucky to get even touch that in targets.
Yeah.
So, and then the year before, 68 targets, 45 receptions. Let's think about this. This is a Colts team that had Phillip Rivers at quarterback. Old sidearm Phil just throwing them. And it wasn't until Jonathan Taylor broke out. So he had his chances to break out. And he had 5 touchdowns, and he had a little spell in the middle of the year, and then just fell flat. So I'm not even mad we didn't get him, because what we offered him, he would have been gone into the first or second year, like a Michael Crabtree type deal. I think it was 3 years, $16 million we were offering. So, I mean, I just don't know why we're going so hard for receivers like him. He's 5'10". What does he bring to this team that we don't have besides veteran leadership? That's all I can think of.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you. It's given desperate, isn't it? Like
it's getting embarrassing. Like I said, it's like the dude who keeps on asking out every girl, and they all say no. And they're at one point, they're just all going to say no to you because you look desperate, and that's exactly what it is.
Right, exactly. We got our second super chat donation coming from King Apujo. Thank you, King, for always coming through. He was donating in the last episode. He's one of our biggest supporters, so big shout out to King Apujo. He says, first round wide receiver, run it back, Turbo. Hey, man.
Might be,
man. We might have to do that, and we'll talk about that later, too. We'll talk about, our first round wide receiver, if we're going to pick up a wide receiver in the first round, and who should that be. But thank you, King, for putting that in the chat room and donating to the stream. All right, let's see what else we have here from you guys really quick. Make sure I didn't miss any. Okay, cool. Long Fight for 20 says, Rain Gang, shout out to you. Of
course.
Thank you for joining the live stream, Long Flight. We appreciate you. Let's see what else you guys have in here about T.Y. Hilton. AK1622 says he got more annually from the Colts, though, so I don't blame him. Okay. Our guy Rush says he wasn't surprised at all. Most of you guys are saying you weren't surprised. Dire Fry says whatever, and who cares?
And I'll be honest with you. Yeah. If I'm Sammy Watkins, and Graven made the best point, he was like, they used Sammy Watkins. Bro, you just got used. Like, I would feel so disrespected. And guess who we play this year? We play the Colts. So, Sammy Watkins, how about you just come to the purple and black? You got a guaranteed game against the Colts and go show out why you should have been picked over T.Y. Hilton. Because if I'm him, I feel disrespected right now.
Right.
Like, man.
Yeah. Honestly.
And still no news about Sammy yet. Absolutely
still no news about Sammy. That's kind of like the most intriguing thing, Like, why are we not making that move yet? Is Sammy Watkins is he not sold on Baltimore? He's not want to sign here? Or, what's going on? I'm really trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, we have another super chat donation. We have a couple more actually. Ramey, our guy Hoodie Ramey, he says T.Y. Hilton is 5'10". I will leave it at that. Exactly.
Yes. Perfect.
And we talked about it a couple weeks ago on the show, man. The taller the receiver, the better it is for Lamar. And 5'10" is probably just not going to cut it, especially coming from a T.Y. It's not like T.Y. Hilton is getting any younger. You know what I mean?
No.
It wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't get T.Y. Hilton. Another super chat donation comes from Noelle Chase. She gives $5. She says, just supporting. I love the show, y'all. Keep it going. # Rain Gang with a purple heart. Thank you so much, Noelle. We appreciate you for coming through and joining the stream and supporting the show. Let's see. Our guy Mallow226 says Sutton and Simply. What's up, guys? What's up, Mallow? How you doing, man?
You tell us how you are doing.
You tell us. I love the fact that you mention us on Twitter with your new Ravens ideas and stuff like that. I love that.
And I think one of them might come to light. We'll talk about that later. But something you brought up may happen.
Exactly. We'll definitely get into that. All right. Let's see. We have another super chat donation here from our guy Darius. Darius, the official, is in the building. Officially in the building. Shout out to my guy Darius. Super cool. Always donating. Always supporting. Just bro. He's the best. He's the best. He says Ray Lewis was spitting facts on First Take today. Unfortunately, I did not watch First Take this morning. I didn't get to catch it.
I did miss it too. I mean, we could pull it up.
We could pull it up.
Maybe later in the show. Maybe
we'll talk to that later. Darius, stick around and we'll get to that.
But he did say that we are not voting around Lamar Jackson. That is another player or another pundit that has talked about the Ravens not building around Lamar Jackson. So I mean the list just grows.
Yeah, you're right. Our guy Boz is in the building. Shout out to another one of our mods. Appreciate you for coming through tonight, bro. All right. You guys even think real quick, EJT Entertainment says, do you guys think they even think about signing AB?
I wish.
Probably not.
I wish. Like, if we could sign AB and Sammy Watkins, like, I really would have nothing to complain about the Ravens offense. Maybe just the line. But that right there, like, Antonio Brown, what he did for the Buccaneers, that catch on third down and early in the Super Bowl, like, that goes so just, like, overlooked. It was he went up there and just it stuck to his hands and he grabbed it. Like, I get the whole off the field stuff, but at some point, look what the Buccaneers did. They had a guy like Tom Brady. They said you got to keep your act together, and you haven't heard about anything about Antonio Brown since.
Whoa, I lost sound really quick. Hold on.
Okay.
I cannot hear my guy Alex.
Okay, well you can still hear me. Can you still hear me?
Second.
Guess not. So I see my guy Jonathan Washington. Simply we gotta be digging their All-Star. I cannot wait for the Bulls need to be back in the playoffs, bro. It was high school out they were in the playoffs last time. Like, you know how embarrassing it is for me? It's terrible. What else is in here? Then I think I saw Andrew Zakar. At this point, I want the Ravens to sign Houston and Kerrigan. I don't know how I feel about Kerrigan. I would definitely take Houston for sure. And then, will Marshall be there in the first? I don't know. Pick 27 is kind of, yeah.
I was looking at Mel Kiper's big board draft today, and the one from the other day that he put out, and he still has Terrace Marshall falling to 27 at the Ravens. So maybe, who knows? Hopefully, we can see that happen. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. Sorry, guys, my AirPods just went out for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. YSN Fonz, he just donates to the stream. We appreciate you, YSN, so much. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for donating. Thank you for just supporting. We appreciate you. Thank you for just being a part of the Rain Gang family as well. All of you guys, truly.
Thank you.
Let's see, we'll get into some more. Y'all know these super chats, they come kind of fast, so if I miss it originally, then I'm gonna come back to you. But we're new to this, so just bear with us here. But we appreciate all the support that we get from you guys. We truly do love you guys. Make sure you like the video real quick. Like the video. We got about 100 people watching live right now. Go ahead and like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're enjoying the content so far.
We got 52 likes already. 52.
Ooh,
let's try to get to 75.
75. I like that. I like that. Cool. Yeah. Lunch break hot take says we can hear both of you. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me, but I couldn't hear anything coming through my AirPods here, so I had to reset that. But sorry about that, guys. Let me see. I think YSN did he donate twice? I think he donated twice. I'm not sure if that was intentional.
He did. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. So let's see what else we have here. So, guys, let's talk about something a little bit different now. We've talked about T.Y. Hilton a little bit, but the fact that T.Y. Hilton turned down a better deal from the Ravens to go and, stay with Indianapolis, it says a lot, and it poses this question. It's kind of like the title of the video, too. Why don't wide receivers want to come to Baltimore? And a lot of people will say the answer is so obvious. Oh, Lamar Jackson's a running back. Nobody wants to have a running back as a quarter. That sort of thing. You see stuff like that on Twitter all the time, don't you, Alex?
Come on, it's everywhere. It's just like just say you don't watch football without saying you don't watch football. Become a running back. That's how it is now.
Yeah, man. It sucks. It sucks. Real quick. Lawrence Trent says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Lawrence? I don't think I've seen you around these parts before. Thank you for joining the show." Yeah, we got a couple other new people in here as well. Shout out to you guys. Taquan Christian, another big supporter of the Rain Gang, says, "Why y'all both drifting like that, though?" We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Stephen Blaze says, "Yo, guys, what's up?" Sendoff says, "Yo, what up, y'all?"
How are you, bro? Everybody, I have not. Welcome.
Right, man. You guys, we got a lot of love going around here. A lot of new additions to the Rain Gang. If you don't know, now you know. If you join the stream, you like the videos, you subscribe to the channel, you are officially a part of the Purple Rain Gang. And you can make sure you follow us on Instagram as well to make sure you keep updated on everything Purple Rain Podcast and all things Ravens too. But as I was saying before, about this whole wide receiver thing and the Ravens not being able to get wide receivers, that's the question. Like, why does no wide receiver want to come to Baltimore? At this point, we've seen hardcore evidence. Before it was just speculation, like, oh, receivers might not want to come to Baltimore because they run the ball a lot. But now we have hardcore evidence, like facts. You know what I mean? Kenny Golladay, he chose a worse situation. He chose to go to a team where they're still years away from contending for a championship. You know what I mean? Money talks, yeah. But go to T.Y. Hilton, Juju Smith-Schuster. We tried to talk money to them, and they turned us down as well. So now we really have to ask ourselves as Ravens fans this question: why does no wide receiver want to come to Baltimore? And here's how I kind of break it down, if you don't mind, Alex.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, it hurts. It hurts. It really pains me to say it, but okay, look, you got to ask yourself these questions. You got to ask yourself the questions that these free agent wide receivers are asking themselves while considering coming to Baltimore. So they're asking, like, okay, am I going to a pass-first offense? Okay, no. They're dead last in passing attempts last year. Okay, am I going to a place where I can run my full route tree every game and at least get in a rhythm? No. Be prepared to block your ass off, and sometimes do that in the freezing cold too. Okay, am I at least going to a place where when we do pass the ball, there's like creative route schemes and concepts for passing plays to be successful? No, your offensive coordinator is going to be Greg Roman, who's consistently bottom 10 in the league in passing attack. So it's literally
when you're
exactly. It's like, right, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And what I think, let me add this.
Okay.
I think the Ravens coaching staff has dug a little bit of a hole that the front office cannot seem to crawl out of right now. They've fallen so much in love with Lamar Jackson and his legs and what he can do for the rushing attack. Baltimore's always been known for the run, but once they got Lamar Jackson, they were like, okay, we don't need to do nothing else. We don't need to focus on nothing. So even Harbaugh said it himself. The passing game is not nearly as developed from a coaching standpoint.
I want to talk about that
exactly.
as well. Yeah.
Harbaugh said that. And so you have EDC out here, EDC in the front office, and speculation and talks with multiple receivers, but they can't close a deal. Meanwhile, you got Harbaugh saying, hey, we're not going to beg a wide receiver to come here. The front office,
thanks, Harbs.
Yeah, they were dug into a hole by the Ravens coaching staff and how much they like to run. Because when you look back on the season, the wide receivers are going to be like, hey, listen, they were dead last in passing attack, so why would I want to go there? So I don't know, man. That's why I think that no wide receiver really wants to come to Baltimore. On top of that, Baltimore is not a diva-friendly place. Most wide receivers, you know the narrative. A lot of them are divas, some more than others, but in some ways, most of them, they want their opportunities. They want to be able to shine. They want to build their brand. That's what people want to do these days, And Baltimore is really not the place to do that if you're a wide receiver. So that's why I think a lot of wide receivers do not want to come to Baltimore. But what are your thoughts on it, bro? I really want to get your take.
So basically, I'm not going to go that too deep into it. I look at Juju. He stayed loyal. He stayed loyal to Pittsburgh. And if Kansas City was not in the race, I don't know. Like I said, I still don't know why he did not go to KC. It's just in my right mind, bro. You're gonna go to the Super Bowl. I'm so right now. Like if you ask somebody right now, you tell me one team in the AFC that's gonna make it, and you are positive, you're gonna say Kansas City because they are just that good. And then I look at T.Y. Hilton. We offered him 3 years, I think $16 million. Okay, cool. What did the Colts offer him? 1 year, 8 with incentives to get to 10. So he was gonna make more money in that 1 year than he was here. So I get that too. Right. But when I look at it now, the salary cap and the free agency now, we're seeing a lot of 1 year deals because these players are banking on themselves. And like you said, if you come here, what are you going to get at most? 50 receptions? What's that going to do for their future contracts? It's just they're going to go down. Not going to make that much money, and that's all it's about. So I'm not too worried. And the Golladay thing, I think what fans were talking about, Golladay has his injury issues. And I know I wanted him, but just that much money, So there's still guys out there that we will not have to, pay the whole house, but can still produce. And I know I wanted DeMarcus Robinson. He went back to the Chiefs today. I mean, Watkins is out there. I don't know who else is out there at this point. It's pretty slim. So it's looking like the draft might have to be the moves. So that's my take of it. I just think players are banking on themselves, and this is not the place you want to bank on yourself as a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not, and because you got to think the Baltimore Ravens are very system based. It's not like no one player comes here and stands out from the rest unless your name is Lamar Jackson. Kind of the same thing is happening in New England. Do you think it's a coincidence that their receiving core is trash as well? They're a system-run offense, They've never been able to get big names.
Hey, but they're getting better. What they did in free agency, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. Yeah. I mean, Edelman's coming back. That's why they want to trade N'Keal Harry. I mean, if they want to trade him, just see what they're asking for N'Keal Harry, because there was a reason he was a first-round pick. I think exactly. I forget which college he went to, but he was, I think, the 32nd pick. So see what they want. They probably won't trade with us, but just see.
And I mean, the Patriots, they realize that, like, hey, we need to cut the check if we're going to get these, these good offensive players in. But let me go ahead and get to our super chats really quick. Our guy Jared Baker says, first time joining the stream. Love the content, you guys. Welcome, Jared. We appreciate you for supporting, coming through tonight, and donating to the channel. You don't know how much it means to us, man. We appreciate you so much. Let's see what else we have. I know we have another super chat in here. King says, y'all can call me King. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, King. Shout out to King. Yes, sir. Let's see. Do we have any more? Yes. King says as well. He says, Giro is obviously a deterrent. He's a cancer for us. And that's why I think he is on a short leash. I said it the other day. Give him 2, 3, maybe 4 games. If there's not any significant improvement, that seat is going to get really, really hot. Really hot.
Yeah.
YSN Fawn says Patty Manziel, aka Simply AS10, and Sutton lit. Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Sindoff says I would not mind Devontae Parker. Whoa. We're gonna get into that.
It's like they know what we want to talk about.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that, Sindoff. Don't worry. All right, let me see what you guys are actually saying about this. Andrew Sakara, our guy, man. Andrew is so active on social media. He's so active in here, always supporting and everything like that. So big shout out to him. He says, it is not only because it is a run first offense, but the offense is not innovative at all. I mean, Ravens rarely run screens, wheel routes to get running backs on linebackers, some of the fun stuff. It's boring. Yeah. I mean, he's speaking facts, isn't he?
I mean, if you think about it, Gus Edwards had 3 catches of mine that just stand out to me, and they went for at least 15 plus yards. Yeah. The Giants won, the Jaguars won, and the New England won. Why don't we pass to him more out of the backfield? Yeah, he's got better hands than J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to say it right here. Did he drop any passes this past year?
I don't think he did.
He wasn't given the opportunity, yes, but J.K. was. I mean, they were just screens. I mean, or just backyard plays, and they just went right through his hands. Yeah. We're not utilizing what we have there too, and the running back on linebacker, we've gotten burnt so many times with that. Why do we not see that? Why don't we say, oh, let's take a page out of their book? Because if it's hurting us, let's do it to them.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't get it.
There's a lack of a lot of things in our offense. Like you said, the innovation, we barely run screens, things like that can get guys open, scheming guys open. Timing routes is something that I would like to see a lot more of. I believe Lamar Jackson can excel in that if he actually gets his reps in, and we actually get a receiver who can have that big enough catch radius to go ahead and make those big plays on a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, where we know we need to pass the football. Yeah. Let me see. Our guy Christopher Swain is in the house. Big shout out to Christopher Swain. He says, this tells me that wide receivers will rather go to a franchise that won't make the playoffs. They'd rather go to a place with more money and so they can get their stats up rather than go to the Ravens, who are a winning franchise, or he says who are actually going to be contenders. Yeah.
And that's facts. I mean, you look at some of the teams they've won to. I mean, we look at the Patriots. They got Aguilar and Bourne. I'm still not sold on New England. I don't even think they make the playoffs this year. I think I'm taking Miami and I'm taking the Bills over the Patriots in the AFC East right now. So really? and even the Giants too. Do you really trust Daniel Jones that much? Yeah. Like if I'm Galladay, go to the team that's been in the playoffs the past 3 years. Granted, we've won 1 game, but if you can't see there was somewhat of an improvement last year, I don't know what you're seeing. But that's a great point he brings up. They just want to make the money, get the stats up, and he will get the passes and the yards in New York.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. I got Ravenous Quando's in the building. He says, Rain Gang. What up, Quando? Appreciate you for coming through tonight. Let's see. Mallow226 says, let's remember that the scheme is not set up for a wide receiver that is looking for a lot of catches and yards. Well, I mean, hey, wide receivers, that's their job, to get catches and get yards after the catch. That's their job, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like most wide receivers, they're not too in love with the fact that they're going to come to Baltimore and probably block on 2 or 3 out of 4 downs. Let's see. Our guy Adit Mahmood is in the house. Yeah. Adit says Barstool Banks tweeted that the Ravens had a plus 414 point differential than the last 2 years, 4 to 5 reliable passing options, and get better with rushing. With 4, Lamar will be in a more comfortable situation. Hey, that sounds like Super Bowl to me. Rushing with 4, if we're getting home with 4 and Lamar Jackson has reliable passing options on offense, that sounds like Super Bowl to me. You?
Until you see how many points we've put up in the playoffs the past 3 years. That's where the issue comes.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You get those reliable passing options, and you also get a good, 4-man rush. Nothing beats a 4-man. A good 4-man rush sets up great field position for the offense.
You're right, but we can have anybody at receiver, and if we have Greg Roman's Madden freaking rookie plays, it's not going to work. And that's why we're hoping our new guys, T. Martin, Keith Williams, can come in and help.
Yeah.
That's where the issue falls, because, I mean, there's been one constant these past 3 years. And that's Greg Roman. Well, not the past 2 years. I'll give 2 years. First year was Marty Morning. We get that. But what is the off? Like, even in the Tennessee game, it struggled. Like, Lamar had to do everything and he could to put the team on his back, and he won us that game. Greg Roman didn't call the play. That wasn't even a design run. It was a pass, and Lamar just darted and went off for 50-some yards or 40-some. And that's where the issue is. So, I mean, he needs to open it up, or his ass can get to Baltimore.
Yeah, man. And I think that probably will end up happening pretty soon here. Let's see. We have a comment from our guy, Keeping It Real. Keeping It Real is in the house. Big shout out to him. He's another one of those guys you're going to want to make sure you go ahead and subscribe to now. Keeping It Real. He's always keeping it real about the Ravens, about NFL stuff, just about sports in general. Love his videos, so make sure you guys go ahead and check him out too. He says, what's going on, guys? Receivers do not want to come here because of the system. They don't want to play in an offense where they wouldn't get a lot of targets since it could affect a future contract. That's another fabulous point. Yeah, great point there. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. John James says, can we take a trade route? I'm tired of the Ravens getting rejected. So, trades, we don't know. We just don't know, man.
I think of Gallup or Parker at this point, because we're not. Honestly, at this point, I don't think we're trading Orlando Brown. Yeah. I think it's passed.
You think that's passed? Like that ship is sailed?
Yeah, I mean, if we would have gotten the offer, I think we would have taken it. So, and unless somebody gets hurt in training camp, I just can't see it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and see what else you guys have here on why you think that receivers are not coming to Baltimore. Let's see. I saw somebody, I think Hoodie Ramey, he said, LMAO, check Marlon Humphrey's new tweet. I don't know if anything just happened.
Anything happened?
With Marlon Humphrey. I'm actually checking his Twitter now to see. I'll actually go ahead and share my screen with you guys so you guys can see Marlon Humphrey's newest tweet. See if this has any significance. All right, here we go. It says, some kids recognized J.K. Dobbins, and I was watching them get ready to ask for a picture, and when he walked up, they gave him the phone and said, can you take a picture of us?
Damn. That's an all-pro cornerback you're saying that to. That's all-pro Marlo. Come on.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, wait, let me read that again. Some kids recognized Dobbins, and I was watching them get ready to ask for a picture.
Oh, they gave him the phone. Oh, they gave him.
They gave him the phone and said, can you take a picture of us? Oh, wow. Wow. J.K. Dobbins, he responded to the tweet laughing.
You can see.
Wow. I mean, hey, I guess, I mean, he'll become a household name, I feel like, within the next couple of years. So big shout out to J.K. Dobbins, man. He's going to have a breakout season coming. So just watch for what he does. But back to the topic at hand here. Andrew Sakara says they need to take a look at the Andy Reid playbook and use it as a template to implement new, fresh offensive concepts. I like it.
Can I use this comment to kind of just transition into something else?
Go ahead, bro.
The whole Andy Reid thing. Because I think as Ravens fans, I'm not going to sit here. You know how I feel, but what Harbaugh said didn't sit right with me. How we're not going to, what did he say about the whole receiver thing? We're not going to beg you.
Yeah, he was basically saying, like, we're not going to beg for, like, anybody to come here, like, receiver-wise and stuff like that. Basically not showing any sense of urgency that we actually need that.
And that's why we're nowhere near the Chiefs right now, if we're going to be honest. I mean, you're trying to tell me if DeAndre Hopkins – hypothetical, if he would put in a trade request, and let's say the Cardinals accepted it, and he wants to get the okay that from the Ravens that he will fit in this, and if he says we're not going to beg him to come,
right?
That, you see what I'm saying? Like, that does not give the Ravens a good, and maybe that's why receivers don't want to come here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you make people feel like they're not wanted in a certain area, they're probably not going to go there. So definitely agree. Our guys from Lunch Break Hot Take, they say the problem with wanting a good four-man rush is that Wink Martindale likes to blitz. So in essence, paying for good edge rushers doesn't really fit our scheme.
Bring in the corners or safety blitzes all the time.
Yeah.
And it burns us sometimes too.
Right. Which is something that we don't need to be doing, I feel like, as much. I feel like our secondary should, for the most part, stay in the secondary,
especially with who we have.
With who we have, exactly.
Blitzing Marlon Humphrey, like, cool, maybe once every 5 games, but not 3-4 times a game.
But it's exactly. It's like we pay him all that money to be in the secondary and to bat down passes, force fumbles, things like that. You know, so. Yeah. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Travis Dialed. Shout out to Travis for joining the stream tonight. He says, last time the Ravens fired their offensive coordinator midway throughout the season, we won the Super Bowl. He's got a point.
Cam Cameron.
Yeah.
And he was under a lot of fire that year, too. And there's a certain coordinator under a lot of fire going in this year, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even if we start off 5-1, 4-1, and we're scraping by in games, I think you got to definitely start asking yourself questions.
And by scraping by, we mean like our running game is literally like saving us, like every time we try to throwing the ball, it just doesn't look good. And, of course, some of that's going to be on Lamar Jackson improving. And then a lot of that I feel like is going to be on Greg Roman, that passing offense, and seeing what happens there. All right. So let me go ahead and update, because not super chat, but this live chat is moving at a record speed.
Yes.
Let's see. And we appreciate you guys. But we got another donation, another one from our guy, Hoodie Ramey. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you guys. So, thank you, Ramey. Thank you for supporting. He says, to be honest, Greg Roman is never going to change. I just want a receiver to come out and call out the offense as to why they didn't come here or didn't like it here. I need a clear answer.
Is it that hard?
Yeah.
Juju, go make a TikTok and tell us why.
Right.
Because at this point, I mean, you see Des Bryant doing it, and the Ravens are just being so hard-headed.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it is. Is it the coach? Because I see people acting like John Harbaugh is the second coming of Jesus. He's not even a top 3 coach right now in the league.
No.
Maybe top 5.
He's fringe top 5, I would say.
And what he does best in special teams, we get hit by it every damn year. A fake punt, a fake field goal.
Yeah, not lying. So, I mean, I am in full agreement with Ramey here. I would love to see somebody come forward and say exactly why they didn't come to the Ravens, because from the outside looking in, it's like, okay, well, it seems obvious, right? It seems obvious. It's Greg Roman. It's probably some of Lamar Jackson not being all the way developed enough as a passer, lack of other weapons there, things of that nature, and just the fact that we're such a run-heavy offense. I think it kind of goes without saying, but still, I agree with Ramey. I wish that somebody would come forward and say exactly why. Is that how wide receivers are really feeling? Are you guys really valuing money over wins?
And we have money. We have a lot of cap space. I mean, not a lot, but still a good bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we've released LJ Ford. That was 2.25 mil.
Yeah.
Between Brandon Williams, Calais Campbell. So, what's the issue?
Yeah, we don't.
That's the only question.
We don't know, man. And like I said before, I really think that the Ravens coaching staff has dug a hole for the front office because they ran Lamar Jackson, they ran the offense basically into the ground last season, and it was working. It was working. But now that we're trying to get a receiver, receivers are looking at us like, hey, you guys didn't pass the ball a whole lot last season. Why would I want to come play with you guys? You know, and the front office is dealing with that. They're stuck dealing with that. I got keeping it real. He says it's disappointing how the Ravens are not willing to be aggressive in improving the offense improving the offense the same way they're willing to do so for the defense. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they have been trying to make the improvement.
Yeah.
Juju and Ty. I mean, it's not what we want, but they're trying to improve the receiving core. We're just getting told no.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. Let's see. I thought we had a question in here. Let's see. My guy, Asmodeus is in the building. He says, "Can we get a new head coach?"
See,
I don't think we need a new head coach, guys.
I'm not there yet, but there's nobody out there who can step in that role and do something and be as good as what Harbaugh has done. But I definitely think if he keeps Roman and this offense is struggling, and you can tell, you gotta start asking questions like, why have we not fired him yet? Because I want to see Steve Bisciotti come in like he used to and say, get him out. Because it's just we talked about it before. Way too loyal, way too loyal to some of the coordinators, way too loyal to David Culley, and you know it's bad when Ravens fans are begging for a team to take one of our coaches. I haven't seen our fan base beg for one of our coaches to be taken forever, so that's another point too.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. We'll take a couple more comments here on the whole receivers rejecting the Ravens thing, because that was kind of like that's the biggest question or topic of tonight's live stream. Why are receivers rejecting the Ravens? And we've talked about it pretty good here tonight. Let's see what else we have to say about it here in the chat. We have our guy Elvito52. He says, how is it that other teams have been filling or filling multiple positions, and we're here? We don't have outside linebacker, wideouts, or a solid line. Browns and Cardinals are equipping their whole team. Hey, man, we could just be saving up all our chips for the draft, and just making one big trade, But you know how the saying goes, you draft for depth. You don't draft for immediate impact to go and win a Super Bowl. So, we'll see what they're doing, but I feel like eventually we'll start to make moves, and we'll kind of see how this offseason is really going to take shape going into next season. But here we have another super chat donation from our guy Travis Dial.
Thank you.
Travis Dial, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for supporting. I don't even know if I've seen you around these parts before in the live stream, but nonetheless, thank you for joining the Rain Gang, joining the family. He says, with the cap being messed up the way it is, like Simply said, these wide receivers are betting on themselves, and you can't blame them for that, because it's not like they are taking a lot less to sign elsewhere.
That's a great point. And what I don't like is how Marvin Jones, I would have taken him. He's making like $4.5 million. You couldn't give him that. You don't even know who their quarterback is in Jacksonville right now. It's probably going to be Trevor Lawrence, most likely. But you don't know. He probably does know. But you can come to a team with unanimous MVP. We probably didn't even offer him anything.
So, I never was really on the Marvin Jones train. I never really wanted to get him. My thing is, if we're going to go out and get a number one receiver, let's make sure it's a number one receiver. I don't want to go out and spend even $5 million a year on a guy who's not going to move the needle as much as we would like him to. Because I promise you, go out and get it. Yeah, you're probably right. That's why I'm pretty glad, like you said.
Yeah, literally.
I'm glad that we didn't get him. I feel like Sammy Watkins could probably do it a little bit. But, hey, there's been silence on him now, too. It's fell deaf on ears now. It's like we don't know what's going on with Sammy Watkins. It's silence.
He'll probably go to Tennessee to be their Corey Davis replacement, if we're going to be honest.
Oh, Jesus.
That's my guess.
Oh, man. Big thank you, Travis, for the donation. Simply is stressing me out over here, man. Let's see. Shane Trent says, "Oh sure, Hollywood gonna turn into Antonio. Duvernay gonna be the next famous one. Yeah, right. Antonio Brown, Duvernay gonna be the next famous one. Hey, hopefully Duvernay can step up, man. Hopefully Duvernay can step up. He's one of the ones. Him and Prochet, we need him. We need them to step up. Free Prochet from Michael the Hawks fan. Big shout out to Michael the Hawks fan.
Yeah, keep that hashtag free Prochet.
Yeah,
keep it going.
Free Prochet. We need that. Steven says, trust in the office. Trust in our front office. Yeah. I still have faith, guys. I still have faith in EDC. I know we didn't get what we wanted when we wanted, but I feel like good things are coming. Good things are on the way. We got good news earlier this week when we freed up some cap space. That means we are about to do something. Devon Johnson says, we got money, Sutton. We just won't spend it. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I know there was a tweet. I didn't tweet it, but somebody was like, that 2.25 we saved for LJ Fort. Glad we cut him. I still don't get that. To this day, we haven't made any corresponding move.
Yeah, it's like you won't get it until a move is made, and then we can kind of judge, like, was that worth it? Yeah. But the fact that they did free up that space definitely means that a move is coming up soon, for sure. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our next topic of the night. Let's see what we have here for you guys. Oh, so like we promised, as promised, there have been talks around DeVante Parker getting traded to the Ravens, or the Ravens possibly pursuing a trade for DeVante Parker. What do you guys feel about that? Like, I want to get your take on it, Alex, first, and you guys make sure you put in the chat, how are we feeling about the Ravens possibly trading for DeVante Parker?
I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Got my hopes up for Robinson. Got my hopes up for Galladay. Got my hopes up for Watkins. Who else were we blinked with? I mean, didn't want Juju. Didn't want Ty. I'm not gonna get my hopes up for DeVante Parker. It's not gonna happen. I doubt it happens. It'll be nice. He's a big body receiver that we need. He would fit the bill. But do you think? I would love it. But do you think it's gonna happen? I see Dan. I'm not gonna repeat what you said, but I agree with you. I would love it. But will it happen?
Man, I see people in the chat. That would be a huge W. That's a good trade. Yeah, I mean, you guys are really liking the idea of DeVante Parker, and I'm liking that idea too, man. I mean, listen, he had a year. I think it was 2019, where he had a really good season. He had 1,000-yard season.
They were terrible. Yeah,
1,200-yard season with Fitzpatrick, 9 touchdowns, something like that. So the guy can play. And like you said, big body receiver. He can make those contested catches.
6'3", 213 pounds.
Right. But when you look at what would need to happen in order for that trade to go down, I mean, we're talking, who do we give Miami? We give Miami Orlando Brown, and they give us DeVante Parker, and maybe what?
Do you think it happens? I mean, because at this point, I'm keeping Orlando Brown because I saw, what if Ronnie Stanley isn't ready to go week 1?
Yeah, I mean, because, like, you got to think about it. What do the Dolphins need right now? They need offensive tackle.
Some people are going to say quarterback because people don't trust in Tua.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe in Tua, but, they're rocking with Tua this year. That's his team. And Brissett is the backup. But what do they need? They need offensive tackle, they need edge rusher, and they need wide receiver. 2 out of those 3 things we also need. You know what I mean? And actually we also need a right tackle as well. So I don't know how we could possibly do business when we really don't have too much to offer them other than like picks in Orlando Brown. So maybe it happens. Exactly.
Our fifth's like first rounds to these teams.
Yeah. Our guy Hoodie Ramey, he donates another $2. Thank you, Ramey. He says, Parker is a baller, but I'll stay quiet here. I mean, he's a baller. Yeah, and I hope we could get him. But it's far-fetched, man. It really is.
And they have that pick from the Texans for the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yeah.
So I see who said it. I think it was Devon Johnson. He said they're taking Devonta Smith. They could be. They could. So, I mean, if they don't need another receiver, I mean, I'll take them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. The Dolphins got a lot of decisions to make. Imagine being a Dolphins fan, man. They have a huge draft coming up. They did. They did. Let's see. Aiden Ackert says, if DeVante Parker were to go to the Ravens, what does that mean for Sammy Watkins?
I want him to. I would take both of them.
Ooh. Would you, though?
Yep. Yep.
Spicy.
Dog eat dog world. I mean, I saw people wanting Watkins and AB. It fixes our need, but just the money is also. It probably won't happen. We'll probably get one, and maybe draft somebody. But man,
yeah. Our guy King says we need a first rounder minimum for OBJ, Orlando Brown Jr. Yeah, man, that's what we've been saying, but man, we're just waiting and waiting. Will it happen?
It's gone
that's the
stale.
question. Yeah, it's definitely gone stale right now. For sure. King Wani says Orlando Brown Jr. is staying. That's the prediction that Alex is rocking with. King Wani's rocking with. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We got another super chat donation. Big thank you from Gooch E-Man. He says need to get Mike Williams. We talked about Mike Williams a couple weeks ago. I told you guys I would be very interested in getting Mike Williams. Just big body, 50. You talk about a 50-50 ball. It's like 75-25 with Mike Williams. He's going up and getting that. He's snatching out of the air. So, yeah, I would have loved that to happen. But, the injuries are a thing. We get that. But, hey, for the right price, if we can get a Mike Williams on the Ravens, hey, I would not be mad at it. Exactly. Let's see. Jet Era, another donation. So he says, love y'all content.
If you're on Ravens Twitter and you're not following Hollywood Jet Era, my guy Malik, what are you doing? What
is that? Hollywood Jet Era?
Yes,
I see him on Twitter a lot.
That is. Oh, okay. If you're not following him, what are you doing?
Yeah, I need to follow him. Big shout out to Hollywood Jet Era for the donation, for the support of the channel. We thank you so much, man. And I'm gonna follow you on Twitter, man. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. Tyler, our guy Tyler Sugar's in the building. How did I miss Tyler the whole night, man?
Come on now.
How could I have missed him? Big shout out to Tyler. He's always coming through too, man. He's been here for a minute. He says, I wouldn't mind keeping Orlando. Hey, none of us would, man. None of us would mind keeping Orlando Brown. He's one of the best right and left tackles in the league. He's a beast, man. So yeah, we definitely wouldn't mind keeping him. But our guy Dan Wolf says, who's better, DJ Chark or DeVante Parker? I'm gonna let you answer this question, bro.
Man, it's hard. I mean, who's better or who fits the Ravens offense? Because I'll go Parker just because of his size, 6'3". Okay. I think that's what's going to be the deciding factor. But you know me, I would love to have DJ Chark on this team. Let me check. Chark. You
checking Chark's height?
Oh, he's 6'4". Never mind. Give me Chark. Give me Chark.
The taller, the better.
Yeah, honestly, we talked about it. That size does mean something.
Yeah, and another thing, DeVante Parker has been a little bit inconsistent. That's one thing for sure. Mm-hmm. But with DJ Chark, he seems to be on the upswing. So I would definitely prefer to have a DJ Chark or us to do business with the Jaguars as opposed to with the Dolphins. But that actually brings me to something that I wanted to bring up on the stream tonight. I got a question from one of our subscribers. He sent me a question. His name is Parks. Okay. His name is Parks. He says, hey, Sutton, keep up the good work. Love the content you guys put out. I have a question for the podcast. How would you feel if the Ravens traded Lamar Jackson and Orlando Brown for Jacksonville's 2 first-round picks this year? And Simply's gone. Oh, man. But think about it, though. Think about it. Just for 1 second, think about it, man. If we got Jacksonville's first 2 first-round picks, that basically means Trevor Lawrence. We get Trevor Lawrence, right? We have the receivers that we currently do. We get Trevor Lawrence on a cheap deal for 3-4 years on his rookie contract, and we can go sign a receiver, right? We can get DJ Chark, bring him over too, maybe.
I'll walk out of the room again. I'm gonna have to. Come on now.
I'm not gonna lie. When I got this question, I was like, all right, come on. But I had to ask it.
You know what? I love me my one-liners. Stay off the weed. Duh.
Man, yeah, you're right. Okay, but big shout out to my guy Parks.
Thank you,
He sent me that question after. Yeah,
brought up a talking point.
he did. So yeah, big shout out to him. There was one more that I want to bring up, but I'll probably do it later on in the episode. But let's get back to what you guys are saying here live in the chat room. You guys are going off. Yeah. I see. Keeping it real, he's like, huh?
Michael the Hawks fan. If that happens, I'm jumping off a building.
Yeah, literally.
Hey, we're holding hands together. We're doing that. If you go,
literally. Hey, man. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, absolutely right, man. I had to ask that question, though. So, like I said, big shout out to my guy Parks. We got another super chat donation, though, from our guy Travis Dial again. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. All of you guys who are donating to the super chat tonight. Special thank you to you guys. Big shout out to you guys. You guys are supporting the channel on a totally different level, and we appreciate it. We truly do. He says D.D. Westbrook is a sleeper choice I would not mind. Think about D.D. Westbrook. Yes. He
is a free agent. I think he's coming off of an injury. I know he got hurt, I think, against I forget, which I think it was the Chargers last year. It was like a non-contact injury. I'm not too sure if he is healthy, but I mean, at this point, man, I think he's 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it goes. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we signed Seth Roberts a couple years ago. That surprised me. So this one, it definitely could happen.
Yeah, it definitely could happen. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right. So. All right. Yeah.
Can you look at the latest super chat, please?
Latest super chat? Okay, I got you. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's see who it's by. Oh, our guy Hoodie Ramey. Once again, he donates again. Thank you. Thank you so much to Ramey. He says, do you want Trevor Lawrence or Lamar? Sir, I want Iguodala.
Yes. I am there with you. Come on.
Yeah, man. You know we want Iguodala every time, any situation.
And you know it's going to come up at least once an episode.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know that. Let's see. April Taylor says, hey, Rain Gang. Hey, April. How are you doing tonight? Yeah. Thank you for joining the stream. Let's see what else you guys have for us here on this whole. Aiden Acker says, Hollywood Brown for Devontae Parker. Straight up trade. No.
I mean, I think this. I am so banked in that Hollywood is breaking out this year. What we saw in the playoffs last year was just the beginning.
Go ahead, call it out. Go ahead and make your claim right now. Hollywood's breakout season is coming.
1K plus yards.
Ooh.
12 touchdowns.
Ooh.
70 receptions.
1,000 plus and 12 touchdowns?
I'm telling, like, if with our coaches, with these coaches, I think we can see a different type of Hollywood. There's a reason he's playoff Hollywood. Come on. We're going to see regular season Hollywood.
You think he makes sort of that leap to more so like a Tyreek Hill type player?
Yeah. I think if I'm him, I'm sick of hearing they took A.J. Brown. They took me before A.J. Brown. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Nah, forget that. This year, I got so much faith in Marquise. But we won't even call him Marquise. He will be Hollywood all year this year.
Okay. So, but you still don't think, even with a 12 touchdown season, over 1,000 yards, that's not him being our number one receiver, is it?
I don't think it is. I mean, but it won't matter if we have somebody next to him also helping, or maybe freeing up Mark Andrews. Because we've been talking about that. We've talked about if we can bring a reliable receiver, that doesn't just do a lot for Lamar. It literally means that Mark Andrews isn't triple teamed every single play, which, man,
that's true.
That just.
You're right. Hollywood Jet Air. He says Keith Williams and T Martin are taking Hollywood to the next level. Trust. I believe that, man. I believe he's taking a lot of guys to the next level. I believe they're gonna elevate guys like Duvernay, guys like Prochet, maybe Boykin. I don't know. Hopefully, Boykin. I'm not giving up on Boykin yet. I know a lot of you guys are, but I'm not giving up on him yet. I was really high on Boykin coming out of the draft. I just got to see one more year in that Ravens offense with Keith Williams and T Martin. See what they do with the kid, and we'll take it from there. But
I mean, and also real quick in that Tennessee game, they were doing some different stuff with Marquise Brown. I mean, it was the RPOs where he was going behind Lamar. I mean, he caught one, took it for 15 yards, and there was a flag on the play. Like, if we can open that book up and just start utilizing him as a gadget player, like just more than as a receiver, Just utilize his speed. Like, that is something that you cannot teach in a player's speed. And him having that gift of that speed, come on. I'm taking him. Right, you saw what he did to Minka Fitzpatrick, too, against the Steelers.
You're right. You're right. So we have a couple of people in here that are not agreeing, in total agreement with you. Let's see. Okay. Our guy Pix3XTV, he says, nah, I see Hollywood with 63 catches, about 750 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Ravens are a run-first, 2 plays kind of team. Yeah, run on first and second down. That's typically what we do, about 60% of our drives. But, hey, man, what do you think about that? 60s,
I want to check out I want to check out his stats from last year because he had a terrible stretch in the middle of the season, which is kind of why his stats looked the way he did. So he had 58 receptions, 769 yards, and 8 touchdowns. This is all the whole time. Let me just take a look at some of the games because I know that Titans game regular season, I don't think he had a catch. Of course, Pro Football Reference. All right, there we go. Against Tennessee, he had can Pro Football Reference seriously stop doing this? All right.
That's one of my favorite websites, though.
He had no receptions, 3 targets. Yeah. Pittsburgh, the first game, 1 catch, 3 yards, a touchdown. Cleveland, 2 catches, 50 yards, a touchdown, but he had like 4 drops that game too. There's these games, 2 for 14 against New England, 3 for 38 Indianapolis. And those were the games where he was just dropping everything that was thrown to him. If he makes those catches, he's hitting 1K last year and doesn't have just bad games all around. So this year,
clean up those drops, for sure.
Because I saw a Browns fan actually respond to my Hollywood video saying he was a bust, bro. If I remember correctly, 4th and 5 in your own stadium. Can you remind me what he did?
Yeah. Won the game. Well, kinda. Put us in the best position to win. Exactly. Let's get to the super chat though. Our guy Bucho Beezy again. Thank you so much, Beezy. We appreciate you. He says, I think we're about to get Rashad Bateman at this point. His stock is slipping, and I think we could get him at 27. Also, second round, we get Georgia's pass rusher. Okay, so the Bateman talk is heating up. The Bateman, Terrace Marshall talk. Let's get into that a little bit. Let's just real quick, let's talk about who we would prefer the Ravens to draft at receiver. The 2 biggest names, as we said on previous episodes, are Rashad Bateman and Terrace Marshall. I'm sorry. Who do you guys prefer? Who do you prefer, Alex? I don't know if you've taken like a real deep look into these guys yet, but who do you prefer the Ravens to draft if they were to get somebody at 27, wide receiver?
So honestly, either or. I mean, I would like Marshall. Dude can go out there and get that damn ball. But I want to give a shout out to Garnett West. He actually he asked me to make a Rashad Bateman video, so I will be making a video for both of them. Either or. I mean, I hope they're both there, but I actually have faith in the front office that if they're there, say 21, 22, we'll trade up and get them if they're still there. I mean, they should be, or maybe even 23, because we're not scared to trade up and down. But we'll be working with picks. I know we'll get some more picks before the draft is here. So.
Yeah, so I see you guys in the chat are kind of like split on this. I see Bateman 100%. I see Terrace Marshall. I see Bateman. I see Marshall, Bateman, Marshall. You guys are kind of back and forth on this one. Me personally, I took a pretty close look at both of these guys yesterday. And I came out thinking that Terrace Marshall is probably the guy. If he's available at 27, we need to go ahead and grab him. Because, I mean, this guy... You know, I'm just going to start with saying this. There's things I love about Rashad Bateman. I love his route running. I love his ability to change direction. He's a practitioner. You know what I mean? Like, he can not necessarily, like, the separation isn't something that he's the greatest at. But when you're playing in, against zone coverages, and most teams play zone against the Ravens because they want to keep Lamar Jackson out in front of them. They don't want to risk playing man, getting turned around. And next thing you know, what happened to the Titans in that AFC divisional game, or wild card game, what happened to them? So a lot of teams, they play zone, So separation is not like the biggest issue. So a guy like Rashad Bateman, he could definitely get open and stuff like that. Cool. But in terms of like a well-rounded receiver, Terrace Marshall he's one of the best receivers in the draft. And I don't know how he could possibly fall all the way to 27. I think he's a steal. I think that we should definitely go ahead and pick him up if he's there, though. I got Terrace Marshall, man.
Hey, I'm with that. But real quick, I see Remy put in the chat, Carlos Dunlap back to the Seahawks. That's kind of why I was acting the way I was. 2 years, 16.5 mil.
Okay.
16.6.
I see. Dunlap back to Seattle. Okay. Breaking news on the Purple Rain podcast. Again, that's why you guys always want to make sure you're tuned in.
If there wants to be Watkins news of the Ravens right now, I'd be cool with that. I'd be
super cool. Yeah. Super cool with that. Real quick, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button that's down there, man. And make sure you also hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime that we go live, anytime we upload a video. Just uploaded another video today. I'll talk about that in a little bit too.
Okay.
But we got to get to another super chat here. We've got one more down here. The Trib. Our guy, the Trib 1. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support, Trib. We appreciate you so much. He says Terrace Marshall will be gone by then. Now we could trade up with Orlando, then take Marshall. Bateman is not a true number one and not better than Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
I'll
be honest. Yeah. I know last year I was never set on taking receivers in the first round because, like, looking at just like some of the receivers that were taken, they were just misses. Like, they weren't the guys. You know, yeah. Corey Davis wasn't the guy. He needed A.J. Brown to come in. Mike Williams, wasn't the guy. John Ross, like, just stuff like that kind of like throws me off. But after seeing like Justin Jefferson, if you can scout a player and fit them well, like, then it's reasonable for you to take him in the first round. So I think Marshall, if you take him in the first, you're gonna get production out of him. So if he's there, I will be going wild on this stream.
Yeah, and again, we've said it before, the night of the draft, we will be live. So make sure you are tuned into the Purple Rain podcast because you guys are going to get our live reactions in real time as we get you guys as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you like this video too. Because if you don't like this video, guess who's not eating?
The kids. This.
Y'all know that. Y'all know that. How many likes are we at right now, by the way?
Let me check.
Thank you for your donation, Trib, too.
Thank you. We are at 90.
90. Y'all know what it is.
I want 10 more.
Talk to him.
I don't get 10 more damn likes. Some kids are not eating for the whole month. Not this month. Next month.
Rose
and
said
you know what?
there's only
30 days in that month. So come on, you better. They are getting no February break with 28 days. They're getting 30.
Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, because like we said, if you don't, the kids ain't eating, man. The kids are not eating. All right. So I think we can go ahead and move into our next topic for the night. And I believe this is one of our, yes, let's talk about this. Journeyman Joe, our guy.
The king. King Joseph Flacco.
Yes, he is now officially a Philadelphia Eagle. He signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. My question to you guys is this. Is Joe Flacco going to see playing time next season behind Jalen Hurts?
I think he is.
Really?
You don't give a quarterback $3.5 million and $4.5 incentives for them not to play.
What's the scenario? How does Joe Flacco come to being a starter in Philly?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, that deep ball. That deep ball is a thing of beauty.
You don't think Hurts can throw a deep ball?
He can, but he doesn't have CeeDee Lamb like he did in college. That's my thing. The Eagles have done such a terrible job building around what they have, even with Carson Wentz. I loved him out of Oklahoma, but I don't want to see him get to a point where his confidence is absolutely shot because the Eagles are a dumpster fire and it's just taking out another young player. So why not just put Joe in there, let Jalen get behind him? It's still going to hurt his confidence, but not as bad if he's throwing 3 picks a game or getting sacked every damn game because they have no line. It would be best for Jalen's future.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm a big believer in Jalen Hurts, man. I really like the kid's style. I think he's a winner. You saw like flashes of him like being that dude, like that spark that the Eagles need last season. So if they can continue to, yeah, exactly. If they can continue to like build around him, get him a good line, Get him some more weapons, because that's something that the Eagles are definitely lacking. They're lacking weapons for Jalen Hurts to throw to. I feel like there'll be no reason, no need to bring Joe Flacco onto the field unless he were to get hurt, unless Jalen Hurts were to get hurt. But that's just me, though. Let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Let's see. Jalen is my man. Aiden agrees with me. He says only if Jalen Hurts gets hurt. You know, I don't really see him coming onto the field because Joe Flacco, he's not the type of guy who's going to go in and just win you a bunch of games. He's never been that good in the regular season, you know. Yeah. It's postseason. It's January, Joe, where you really get the most out of him. And I don't know if the Eagles are going to make the playoffs this season. I don't see them winning their division. They're probably going to be behind Dallas and Washington as well.
No, so between them and the Giants for the third and fourth spot, them and the G-men?
Yeah, I got the Giants coming in at last, bro.
I was told, Bleacher Report told me, because they know a lot about football, that you better watch for them Giants offense. Watch for them. Yeah. They put John Ross as a target and Daniel Jones. No. Yeah, I'm not sold on them.
Yeah. Let's see. Rami Ahmed says Philly never believes in their players. Hey man, kind of saw that last year when they took him out, when they benched him. Maybe that was a business decision though. That was weird.
That's annoying because Jalen is a stud. I mean, when he was at Alabama, the way that went out, and then going to Oklahoma and doing his thing, it sucks to see. I'm rooting for Jalen no matter what.
Asmodeus says, imagine the Eagles win another Super Bowl with Flacco. So Flacco would be the new Torrey Smith winning a ring with the Ravens and then the Eagles.
Yeah.
Why
not?
That'd be crazy. All right, let's see. Do we have any Eagles fans in the building? Are there any Eagles fans watching the stream right now? If you are, sound off. Let us know. Hollywood Jet Era, he says, I honestly don't think that Joe Flacco gets a chance, unfortunately. I think Jalen Hurts finna ball out. I don't know about this season, man. I feel like they're not going to have the right talent around him this season for them to really, really excel and for Jalen Hurts to really, really pop like he should or he could. You know, it's not like he's falling into a stellar organization. It's not like he's going to the Bills. You know what I mean? It's not like he's with Green Bay where there's already weapons or anything like that. He's in Philly. Can anybody name the top 3 wide receivers in Philly?
Jalen Reagor. Dallas Goedert for tight end.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sorry.
Exactly. We don't know. So it's like, as long as they're not giving him the proper, help, kind of like the Lamar Jackson situation, but as long as they're not giving him the proper help, then we kind of have to wait and see what happens there. But to answer the question that's on the screen, I don't think that Joe Flacco is going to get any playtime unless Jalen Hurts were to get hurt. A lot of these, what's up?
What Hollywood Jet Era said, if they get his college wide receiver DEVANTE or Waddle, that would be a good pick if they got DeVonta Smith. I would like that. Just as a football fan. But then again, it's like you need to protect him. And there are Ravens fans are upset with the EDC. Bro, look at the Eagles. Look what Howie Roseman's done. Like, the way it went out with Doug Peterson, like, that just – thank God we don't have that here in Baltimore. That's just drama.
Let's see. Our guy Keeping It Real, he says, it all depends on the Eagles' belief in Jalen's development. I like what I saw in him last season. If the Eagles feel confident in his development, then he will be the starter. Otherwise, Flacco goes in.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's facts. Facts no cap, my guy. Facts no cap. Jalen, he's definitely got to develop for sure. Like we said, they need to invest in him. I think every team is looking for their next gen QB. And Jalen Hurts is that, or is supposed to be that for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I feel like he's fully capable. But in order for your next-gen QB to succeed, you definitely need to put the right pieces around him. You can't just throw these young kids in the fire and say, hey, make something out of nothing, because not all of them are going to be able to do that,
Not everybody's Lamar Jackson.
Not everybody's Lamar. Exactly.
Real quick. Do you I remember where I was when it was when Lamar's first game. I remember how hyped I was. I'm like, bro, I've never seen this with the Ravens before.
So when you say his first game, you talking about the Bengals game?
That Bengals game, that week, that was I remember he went to the hospital because he was sick that week. It was and then okay, RG3 might start. Then Lamar comes in and we just ran all over them. Gus scored his first. That was just like we should have won the Super. Like I would have liked the Super Bowl his rookie year instead of in 2019 because that'd have
been amazing.
Our defense was so good that year. Oh man,
that would have been such a Cinderella story if we had made the playoffs and won the Super Bowl that season because of our record. What was our record before Lamar came in?
4-5.
Exactly. We had a losing record. Lamar comes in, takes us all the way to the Super Bowl and wins it. That would have been truly fairy tale like. But that was, I actually remember exactly where I was and what I was doing in that first game too. I was actually on my way home from somewhere. I was driving, I was on the Beltway, and I was watching the game on my phone, on my dash. And I was just
don't do that, kids.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't try this at home. But I had to watch my Ravens, and I had to see what Lamar Jackson was going to do, and he definitely showed up. And ever since then, here we are.
In the all-black uniform, his first game too.
Yeah.
I think of it when I think of Lamar, we have the white jersey, the purple pants. That's the changing of the guard. It seems like.
Yeah.
And then please, if anybody from the Ravens is watching, can we please get the black jersey, purple pants combo again? I'm gonna just keep asking it. We've only seen it once, so we won the damn division in it. Come on.
Please. I believe we hit over 100 likes by now.
Oh, did we?
I think so. Thank you guys so much for liking the video, for supporting the channel. We truly do appreciate you guys so much. Real quick.
Yep.
Make sure you guys follow us. Yeah, let the kids out. And make sure you guys follow us on Instagram as well. Get your phones out. Scan that QR code. It's going to take you to our official Instagram page. Make sure you guys follow that as well. Now, I think now we're going to go ahead and get into our next topic. I know my guy Alex has something for me tonight. He wanted to talk about his guy Goff.
Oh, yes.
And McVay. So there was a little situation going down. So just go ahead and let us know kind of what happened, all of what happened, Alex. Break it down for us.
My phone's at 4%, so it might die on me mid conversation. But let me pull it up. So backstory, we know 2 weeks after the season ended, the Los Angeles Rams traded Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks to the Detroit Lions. So they were just talking about how this is how it fell apart. It was and inside the locker room at SoFi Stadium, standing underneath a glowing Los Angeles Rams logo, Coach Sean McVay called out quarterback Jared Goff in front of players and coaches. It was a post-game scene many had never before witnessed. McVay glared in Goff's direction, shouting that he needed to play better and couldn't continue to turn the ball over. McVay didn't say the quarterback's name, but those who were there said they knew to whom McVay was talking. This was week 12. Goff had turned the ball over 3 times in a 23-20 loss to the NFC West rival San Francisco 49ers. But McVay's frustration was growing with Goff over the whole year. They brought up the loss against the Dolphins. I think he turned over the ball 4 times. And then after they lost to the Packers, McVay said Goff is their quarterback now. A week later, we know what happened. He got traded. So that was just kind of the rundown of it. But it's just weird to hear this stuff because they were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah, they were. But that's just how it goes, man. They were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but this is a what have you done for me lately league, And if you're turning the ball over, it doesn't matter if you went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes on a Monday Night Football game 2 years ago. Beat him, and then you made it to the Super Bowl, all the way to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. It's about what you are contributing to the team right now. And he really wasn't contributing a whole lot last season, and Goff saw that. Listen, guys, every relationship is transactional. If you're not getting what you want out of, that other person, that other party, then you're going to feel some type of way about it, and vice versa. So I think that's what definitely happened with Jared Goff and Sean McVay. Sean McVay, he kind of got fed up with it, and he was like, hey, listen, you need to play better. Like he said, you need to play better. And that ruffled some feathers. One thing led to another. And now you see Jared Goff is in Detroit.
So basically it says work ethic wasn't an issue. Goff put in the hours. Goff struggled to recognize coverage disguises and didn't consistently identify coverage post-snap as the play developed. When defense ran cover 0 with no safeties deep, his decision-making process often didn't happen quickly enough to hit the big play. I think of that when the Ravens played him. It's all we've run sometimes, cover 0. Beat him 45-6. Yeah. So that just goes to show, just wasn't there. Hopefully he learns.
Pressure burst pipes, man.
I'll be rooting for him in Detroit. So I hope he does his thing. But it was just kind of that came out a couple of days ago, so I just want to bring it up on here.
Yeah, man. It's like you got to think about certain quarterbacks who are not that good at improvising or ad-libbing. You know, things have to go according to plan, according to script. And I think Goff is kind of one of those quarterbacks. When he has to go off script, he's getting pressured in his face and stuff like that, tends not to always end that well, you know, as opposed to like you got a Patrick Mahomes who can just jog back 15 yards and throw a 40-yard dot up the field, or a Josh Allen who can break one or two tackles and escape and make a
Deshaun Watson gets kicked in the eye.
Exactly. Lamar Jackson who can drop the snap and then almost take it in for a touchdown.
Kyler Murray runs sideline to sideline and just heaves one up at DeAndre Hopkins.
Exactly. The league is moving more towards these ad-libbing, these improvising. Okay, what can you do when the plan goes wrong? You know, they're moving towards those type of quarterbacks. And the reason Matthew Stafford is an older quarterback than Jared Goff, but he has more of that ad-lib, more of that improvisation in him than Goff does. And he's older. He does. So makes a lot of sense. But yep. I found that crazy.
Their offense is gonna have to change too, because Stafford isn't running the ball like John Wolford or Goff could. So we'll see what they do. It'll be interesting, but
we'll see. But I know you're rooting for your guy Goff either way.
Of course.
We got a super chat here from our guy Darius, the official. Big shout out to you, Darius. Again, we thank you so much. He says, "Bro, when we wear the all black uniforms, it's a wrap."
When was the last time we lost in all black? We lost in the black against the Titans this past year, but the all black. Won against the Niners in 19, won against the Jets in 19, won against the Cowboys in 20, won against the Bengals in 18. Did we wear it again that year?
I can't remember.
I think in 17 that might be. It's very rare we lose in the all black.
Yeah. So hopefully the Ravens, like you said, hopefully if there's anybody from the Ravens listening to this podcast, bring back the black jerseys. Yeah.
And the purple pants.
Yeah. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and get into our questions segment of the night. This is the segment where you guys can literally ask me and my co-host Alex here any question that you would like, whether it be about NFL football, whether it be about Ravens football, whether it be about this, that, music, sports, whatever, food. I don't care. We don't care. Just ask us anything. We're open books here. Unless you're void and you want to ask us about deadly animals every other question, then yeah.
If you do that, I'm walking out this room again.
But yeah, this is the question segment. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of time to put your questions in the chat. Of course, all super chat donated questions, those will come up first. We got to prioritize those guys. And we appreciate all of you guys who are donating to the super chat tonight. We appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys like the video. If you are new, if you just joined the stream a couple minutes ago or whatever, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content as well. Real quick side note. We put out another video on the channel earlier today discussing some MMA stuff. So you guys know I'm really into MMA, mixed martial arts, and UFC, stuff like that. And there's a huge UFC card coming up this weekend featuring a heavyweight championship fight between Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou. It's going to be a barn burner. You guys do not want to miss that fight. A barn burner. Yeah, I had to use that word.
Barn burner.
Yeah. You guys want to make sure you go ahead. I basically broke down all the main fights from that card and I put it in a video. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out that video as well. It is live on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube. Only about 7 minutes long. It's like a new thing I'm going to do. It's called like 5-minute MMA. It's going to be like 5 to 10 minute videos about UFC, everything that's going on, stuff like that. So if you enjoy MMA, UFC, make sure you guys check that out too. But let's see what questions we have from you guys so far in the chat. Scrolling down here. Okay. Let's see. Travis Dial with the first question. He says, are you guys from Maryland or the Baltimore area?
I'm from the Baltimore area. You, on the other hand, you're from Maryland.
I'm from Maryland, yes. But I am not from Baltimore, Maryland. I am from Southern Maryland. So kind of close to Virginia. About an hour and some change away from Baltimore. It's kind of a drive. Let's see. Mark Lopez says, would you rather have DJ Chark, Sammy Watkins, and Hollywood Brown, or Terrace Marshall, Sammy Watkins, and Hollywood Brown?
Wait, no, he said Chark, Watkins, Soldier, and Marshall, then Watkins and
Oh,
Soldier.
wait, I'm tripping. Wait, would you rather have
I think
Chark,
2-2-2.
Watkins, and Soldier? Wait, Chark, Watkins, 2-2-2? Okay.
I think that thing's. I'm taking Soldier and Marshall. I think that's what I'm gonna take.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Yeah.
Soldier and Marshall. I think those two guys. I think Terrace Marshall would definitely big body receiver, contested catches. It's the guy that we need to complement Hollywood Brown. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we need a guy like that who's also going to be able to take some pressure off of Mark Andrews as well. Can we get some one-on-one coverage with Mark Andrews, please? Please? Yes. So we'll take Terrace Marshall and
Josh
Hollywood.
Oliver breakout season.
Hopefully we can, by the end of this season, you can make more than a 38-second long highlight video for him. By the way, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to Simply AS10 YouTube channel as well to stay all updated on all the latest highlight videos for all things pertaining NFL. Not even just Ravens, everything NFL highlights, anything of relevance. You will see it on Simply AS10. Let's see what we have. Hollywood Jet Era, he says, how are you guys feeling about Carlos Dunlap back to the Seahawks? And more importantly, our pass rush this year with Judon and Yannick Ngakoue gone.
So, I mean, it kind of hurts him. We haven't done anything yet, but like, there's still guys out there that can come in and help us. Ingram, Houston. I don't think Clowney's going to come here. I think that one's kind of off. So I would take either Ingram or Houston, one of those two. What about you? I mean, I think we can definitely draft an edge rusher too. And I mean, not going to get as many sacks, but just get some pressure and get to the damn quarterback.
I think we definitely should, and we will probably draft edge rusher, but I really want us to make a push for Justin Houston. I would love that. I mean, he's a guy who is still getting. He had 9 sacks last season. Talk about getting home. We want somebody who can get home to the quarterback, and he's a leader. Exactly. That's pretty much everything that we would want. I feel like he could definitely play like a Raven. I know that's a big thing for a lot of Ravens fans. We want defensive players, especially, that embody that, and I feel like he definitely could and would. So I think we should make a push for Justin Houston, but also draft. But Hollywood Jet Era, that is definitely saying our pass rush is suspect. It's suspect, and it needs some work.
Oh boy, it needs a lot of work.
Yeah. Christopher Swain, he says Justin Houston or Melvin Ingram. Who would you rather have from free agency?
I want Ingram, but I feel like I'm going to go off productivity. I'm going Houston.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, why not both?
Houston too.
I would love both, but it probably won't happen.
Let me see. EJT Entertainment says, Alex, your thoughts on the Vucevic trade?
I love it. You're bringing an all-star in with Levine. Like, Levine has been doing everything. And then Wendell Carter just got hurt every other damn week. So we fleeced the Magic. Absolutely. That's a highway robbery. So I'm cool with that.
Let's see. Our guy On God, he says, also, have you seen the video of the guy bench pressing and snapping his pec? I've not seen that.
No, and I don't want to.
Not seen that video. That
because I already saw.
Very painful.
I saw. So you know the guy at Fournier, I think, got traded today. He was like, don't look up his don't look up his last name. That ruined my day. Don't look it up.
All right, let's see. Lorenzo Moore says, what wide receiver do you guys see the Ravens getting?
Draft or free agency?
I guess both. I would say Rashad Bateman. I feel like Terrace Marshall will probably get stolen from us right before the 27th pick somewhere, and we'll be forced to go ahead and pick up Bateman, which would not be a bad pickup, a bad draft pickup, but I think we're probably going to go ahead and probably get him.
I mean, I want Watkins still. Watkins and draft receiver.
Let's see. Unknown Goat says, when did you guys become Ravens fans?
Forever.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming, man. A long time. At least 20 years. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Tyler Sugar, he says, Sutton, I was literally just watching that video, then I click back on live and I hear the MMA stuff. Yeah, man, appreciate you for going and checking that video out, man. Thank you so much. Hoodie Ramey, he says Ngannou or Stipe.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man, I said it in the video. I've got Ngannou, and this is the second time that they're going to be fighting. A lot of people don't know, but this is the second time. Stipe beat him the first time. This was about 3 years ago. They went to decision. They fought all 25 minutes, which is 5 rounds in UFC, and Stipe, he beat him in very, very convincing fashion. I think that Ngannou this time, though, he can hit him with that touch of death. Ngannou is a lot more disciplined. He's not just going to try to rush in and knock him out and, blow out his gas tank early in the fight. I've got Ngannou, man. He's more hungry. And Stipe, he's probably going to retire. I feel like he definitely could retire, win, lose, or draw on Saturday. But my official pick is Ngannou. But check out the video if you want my in-depth breakdown on that. All right, so our next question comes from E No Neck. Aside from Purple Rain and social media, what do you guys do for a living?
So for me, I go to school. Before COVID, I used to work in an accounting firm, but COVID and all that. But now school, and then YouTube and all that. But
Yeah. So yeah, same here. Like school stuff. Also, I work in sales. Also do some more. Like I have a clothing line. If you're seeing my shirt, if you like my shirt that I'm wearing tonight, this is from my official clothing line. It's called Overlooked Underrated. OLUR. Basically, for anybody who's ever felt like they have a chip on their shoulder, somebody who feel like their potential hasn't been tapped yet, or they just know that they have something but they haven't gotten there yet. It's basically just a message to keep working hard, keep striving, and if you feel overlooked, if you feel underrated, one day you're gonna be put in that spotlight, But you can't be put in that spotlight unless you work hard in the dark. So
exactly.
Overlooked Underrated. That's olerclothing.com. I can drop the link for you guys in the chat as well.
I see does that.
Yeah. So let's see. We have another question. Let's see what our other questions are. Rashad Lott. Thank you for joining the stream, Rashad. He says, why does Cam Newton get defended way more than Lamar Jackson?
Ooh.
I'm thinking maybe because Cam Newton is more of a...
he made the Super Bowl. Maybe
he made the Super Bowl. That's probably why he's had an MVP season. It's, that's probably why. He's been around a lot longer, It's easier to hate on the new guy on the block than the guy who's, been around for a minute.
And people don't like being wrong about Lamar. That too.
Right. That too. Exactly. All right. Our guy Ramey with another question here. He says, yo, Sutton, do you think my boy Sugar Sean rebounds this weekend? This is another fight that I talked about in the video, in the UFC 260 video. I got Sugar Sean winning. I got Sean O'Malley winning. His last fight, he lost his last fight, and he's been a sore loser about it. He's still saying he's undefeated, and he thinks that he didn't lose his last fight because the guy kicked him in his calf and it shut down his nerve in his calf. But it's like at the end of the day, the guy did that to you. He did damage to you, and you lost that fight. You ended up on the ground and you got ground and pounded and knocked out. So he's not undefeated, but I do think he bounces back this weekend against Thomas Almeida. I feel like he's going to hit him with one of those big right hands behind the ear. It's going to clip him. Almeida's not going to be able to recover, and Sean O'Malley gets back on the hype train. So, but thank you for the MMA questions. I love talking MMA with you guys. We have more questions. Let's see what else we have from you guys. We'll take a couple more from you guys here. Click One. I got Click One says, who in y'all's opinion is the best team in the AFC North? I know the Browns got some signings, but in my opinion, it's still our Ravens. What have those signings proved on the field? What impact was made? Well,
Browns. They're the best. I'm going to say they're the best. They improved where they were weak, the secondary. Their line's just going to get better. They got a great 1-2 punch. Kareem Hunt shouldn't even be playing right now. We won't get into that. Odell's coming back. I mean, unless Baker drops off, but they're the best team right now in the AFC North. Right now. Subject to change.
Okay. I think I agree with that. I don't know. Actually, you know what? No, I don't agree with that. I still think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC North, all because we have that equalizer, Lamar Jackson, And I feel like no matter what it is you do, he can make up for a lot of different mistakes, good things that the Browns are doing, bad things that the Ravens are doing. At the end of the day, we've seen it before many times that Lamar Jackson, he can be that equalizer. And because of that, and the hope is, we're going to improve our team through the draft this year and maybe a little bit through free agency as time goes on. But I still think our Ravens, I'm in agreement here with Click One. I think the Ravens are still the best team in the AFC North. Yeah. Let's see. April Taylor, she asks, if both Bateman and Marshall are gone, what wide receiver would you want to come through the draft? For me, I mentioned his name last week, Tylan Wallace. Okay. Tylan Wallace is one guy who I really like. I really, really like. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", something like that. But his big thing is contested catches. Contested catches. He's not the best at like creating a whole lot of separation. But again, guys, if he plays with the Ravens, he's going to be playing a lot against a lot of zone coverage, you know, where he can kind of find that spot in the defense, that soft spot in the defense, which he's good at. And he has a big catch radius. And that's another thing that is fully, you know, complementing to Hollywood Brown and Lamar Jackson more so. Lamar Jackson doesn't have to be perfect, you know. He was one of the best at contested catches in college football. So that would be who I would want the Ravens to pick up. And he's projected to, I think, go in like, what, the 3rd or maybe 4th round or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely looking into Tylan Wallace for sure.
I'm taking Amon-Ra Brown from USC. I would take him for sure.
Okay. I like that.
I wouldn't mind him. You got to keep your eye on him. Because he could definitely... I mean, if they're not there in the 1st round, why not?
Yeah. Let's see. Renee Rodriguez. She donates to the stream. Thank you so much, Renee. We appreciate you. Well, I'm not sure if this is a woman or a man, but you know, that's how it goes. So shout out to you. Either way. They say, do you guys think a wideout like Anquan Bolden is what we are missing? Maybe even Jacoby Jones, tall and fast. I mean, we have tall and fast in Miles Boykin. We have that, you know. But it's just that dog, you know, that really separates him.
We're missing Anquan Bolden deeply. That we have
definitely
ever since he left.
Yeah, absolutely. But big shout out to you. Thank you so much for donating to the stream, and thank you for joining the Rain Gang family. All of you guys who are here tonight, you're part of the Rain Gang, and we appreciate you guys for coming through tonight. Let's see. We'll take about 1 or 2 more before we go ahead and wrap for you guys. Ismodia says, "What is your favorite cut of steak?"
All of them. I don't.
All of them. I really don't discriminate either. But how do you like your steak done though?
Medium rare to medium. Mostly medium rare.
Yeah. See, we're on the same page, bro. Because I'm the same way. Man. I gotta have that because you don't get the flavor if it's not, you know, at least medium rare. You know.
And if you eat rare, just say you want to eat the damn cow.
Right. Exactly. All right, so maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Adit Mahmood says, are you guys baseball or Orioles fans? The main reason I'm watching is because Trey Mancini returns this year after fighting cancer last year. Also, guys from their top 5 farm system should debut.
Yeah, I am unfortunately an Orioles fan.
Me too, but I don't really follow baseball all that much right now.
I mean, the future's looking bright. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, I mean, I'll be watching them. I mean, if the games are on, because they barely have like played any of the spring training games, because that's Masson.
Right. So. Real quick, my guy Rush. He says, did you guys see the Wiley clip, the Marcellus Wiley clip on Speak for Yourself on Lamar deserving the criticism he gets? I have not seen that. I think I did see that one because there's Marcellus Wiley and then there's Emmanuel Acho. I think Acho was saying that he deserves the criticism, and I think Marcellus Wiley was saying that he doesn't deserve it. And that's a really good show. If you guys don't watch Speak for Yourself, go watch that. Those guys are pretty good. They break things down pretty well and explain. But yeah, I did see that, and you know, of course, does he deserve some criticism? Yes, of course.
Every quarterback does.
Exactly, everybody does.
But what I don't like is how Mahomes has gotten zero criticism. Zero.
Yeah, they're not going to criticize him, man.
Of course they won't. He's a golden boy.
Let's see. I'm going to say last question here from our guy Ramey. He says, I'm going to keep throwing MMA at you. Do you think the Conor McGregor / Dustin rematch is the next fight? Listen, man, Dana White said it today. Dana White's the president of the UFC. He said they're eyeing that Conor Dustin 3 rematch in July.
I'll be watching that.
Yeah, I'll be watching it too because I want to see how Conor McGregor bounces back from that embarrassing loss.
Bro. It's so hard like that, bro. Because I'm a Conor fan, and it's just like
I know, bro. It's hard. It's tough.
And even during the whole boxing match, if you could have seen me the first couple of rounds, I was hyped as hell. I'm like, okay, he might do this, and then it's like, never mind.
Yeah, man. It's just I don't know. We got to see. Conor, he's made a little bit too much money to really be super duper invested into fighting these days. But
can you blame him?
Yeah. Asmodia says, who was more influential, Forrest Griffin from The Ultimate Fighter or Brock Lesnar transitioning from the WWE to the UFC? Ah, man, that is a great question. That's a great question, Asmodeus. I would have to say Brock Lesnar transitioning from the WWE to the UFC because that brought over an entirely new audience to mixed martial arts in the UFC because everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is, you know. And when he started fighting in the MMA and the UFC, that brought a lot of eyes to the sport. So I'm going to definitely go with Brock Lesnar there. I know I said one more, but you guys are coming through with the questions. And not only the questions, the super chats. The Spirit of Ogun, thank you so much for donating, bro. He says, I'm not confident the Ravens will pick a wide receiver in the first. They might draft a Zaven Collins in the first. That should let you know how they feel about Lamar Jackson. That's true. That's true. The draft really, it's a story that is told from your front office, your team's front office, the way that they draft on that night, on those couple nights. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the Ravens do. But whatever they do is going to be a direct correlation to, you know, Lamar Jackson, I feel like. And getting help around him. But big shout out to you, Spirit of Ogun, for donating and joining the stream tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think
Casper 215 says favorite seafood, real quick, crabs for me, for sure.
All of them, but lobster. Bro, lobster.
You don't like lobster?
Oh, I love lobster. It said favorite. It literally said favorite. I said all of them, but lobster like my favorite.
Oh, I thought you said all of them but lobster.
I worded it wrong. All of them, but lobster is my absolute favorite. Absolute favorite seafood.
Yeah.
By far,
lobster, man.
By far.
I love lobster. Okay. All right.
How are you going to be from Maryland and not like seafood?
Exactly. That doesn't even make sense. All right.
Damn.
Spirit of Ogun says, last question. Thoughts on the new Justice League movie? Ogun, I have not gotten to watch it yet. I'm trying to watch it. I know it's 4 hours long. So it's going to be very tough to watch that, but I will get around to watching it and I will let you know my thoughts on it. I promise. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for us tonight, guys, for the questions segment. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight and just being so supportive of us. You guys don't even know like what this means to us, like just the amount of support that we get in the live streams, on social media, on our Instagram page, our Twitters, everything like that. We truly do appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. And this is episode 37 of the Purple Rain podcast. Before you guys go, make sure you like that video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed tonight's content. And if you're watching the replay and you made it this far, listen to me, man. We're family now. We are family.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, you should go ahead and definitely hit that subscribe button because you are now officially a member of the Rain Gang. And with that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out here.
Thank you. 37. Next up, 38. We'll be there next Monday. Hopefully we get some signage or two. Probably won't, but wishful thinking. But thank you for coming through for the past hour and 37 minutes and counting. And as always, stay positive. Test negative. What else?
And most importantly, man, you want to call God. And we're going to catch you guys in the next one. This has been episode 37 of the Purple Rain podcast.